We all love a good scare. But why do we crave fear? It turns out our brains are actually wired to seek out the thrill of horror movies. When we experience fear, our brains release a chemical called dopamine, which produces a natural high. This chemical reaction is what makes us feel the rush of excitement during a scary movie. Plus, horror movies allow us to experience fear in a controlled environment. We know we're safe, but our brains still react as if we're in danger. It's a way for us to face our fears without actually putting ourselves in harm's way. In fact, studies have shown that people who watch horror movies regularly are better equipped to handle real-world anxiety and stress. So, the next time you're watching a horror movie, remember that it's not just entertainment, it's a way to experience fear in a safe and controlled way. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. I think that we're all mentally ill. Those of us outside the asylums only hide it a little better, and maybe not all that much better, after all. We've all known people who talk to themselves, people who sometimes squinch their faces into horrible grimaces when they believe no one is watching, people who have some hysterical fear of snakes, the dark, the tight place, the long drop, and, of course, those final worms and grubs that are waiting so patiently underground. When we pay our $4 or $5 and seat ourselves at 10th row center in a theater showing a horror movie, we are daring the nightmare. Why? Some of the reasons are simple and obvious. To show that we can, that we are not afraid, that we can ride this roller coaster. Which is not to say that a really good horror movie may not surprise a scream out of us at some point, the way we may scream when the roller coaster twists through a complete 360 or plows through a lake at the bottom of the drop. And horror movies, like roller coasters, have always been the special province of the young. By the time one turns 40 or 50, one's appetite for double twists or 360-degree loops may be considerably depleted. We also go to re-establish our feelings of essential normality. The horror movie is innately conservative, even reactionary. Freda Jackson as the horrible melting woman in Die, Monster, Die confirms for us that no matter how far we may be removed from the beauty of a Robert Redford or a Diana Ross, we are still light years from true ugliness. And we go to have fun. But this is where the ground starts to slope away, isn't it? Because this is a very peculiar sort of fun, indeed. The fun comes from seeing others menaced, sometimes killed. One critic has suggested that if pro football has become the voyeur's version of combat, then the horror film has become the modern version of the public lynching. It is true that the mythic fairy tale horror film intends to take away the shades of gray. It urges us to put away our more civilized and adult penchant for analysis, and to become children again, seeing things in pure blacks and whites. It may be that horror movies provide psychic relief on this level because this invitation to lapse into simplicity, irrationality, and even outright madness is extended so rarely. We are told we may allow our emotions a free rein, or no rein at all. Thank you all. Remember to subscribe.